Hey guys, what's up? Scott Devine here from scottsbasslessons.com. Hopefully you are all having a wicked day out there. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different because we've just got back from an epic trip. We've been filming a ton of stuff down in Peter Gabriel's studio with Nolly, who used to be in the band Periphery, killing bass player. And in tribute to Peter Gabriel, I thought it would be wicked to break down the bass line from Sledgehammer. Such a killing track. Tonne 11 is absolutely badass on that track. Check it out if you haven't already. But before we get stuck into the bass line, let's zoom over to Peter's studio so you can see behind the scenes and what we've been up to, and then we'll come back here to the studio and I'll teach you some shiz. This is Real World Studios. This is like the old part, and then they've actually built a purpose-built studio on the side of it. It's like the grounds here, like I'm not sure how many acres it is, but it's absolutely huge. And just a bit of history about the studio. It was built in, I think, mid-80s, around that time, and like people that have recorded here, like Beyonce and Jay-Z and Coldplay, and it's a residential studio. So we're essentially living here while we're recording this course with Nolly, and we're on, I think, day 2 or 3 today, and we've done, I think we've got 8 hours of content down for Nolly's course. But check this out, it's so beautiful because there's, like, this is right in the middle of the facility, and there's like waterfalls, and I'll take you over here and show you. This is the other side of the studio, so that's called the big room. There's 2 rooms. One's called the big room, one's called the wood room, and if you look down here, there's a waterfall. So it used to be an old water mill. That's why there's all this pond here. And then here we're going to go into the studio. As you can see, it's huge and ginormous. Say hello to the camera, everybody. I'm doing like a tour thing.
Music I tend to lean towards kind of filling every possible 8th or 16th note, or in this case it's in triplets, with notes.
This is such a cool place, guys. This is my bedroom where I'm staying. It's just like a house in here. Well, it is a house. I'm just wandering around the house in my pants and my socks off. There's Gav. Say hello, Gav.
Good morning, all.
Where is everybody? Okay, so enough of those studio shenanigans. Let's learn this bass line. We're going to be looking at Sledgehammer, recorded by Peter Gabriel in 1986. It's got Manu Katsu on drums. Oof! It's also got the amazing Tonne 11 on bass, who is just frightening on this track. There's so many great bass fills and grooves on this track. You've got to check it out. You're really going to love it. Let me just show you the actual main line that we're going to be looking at today, and then I want to show you the track itself. I'm going to write a little bit about how it's something that I call like a dual tonality track. We'll get into that in a minute. But the bass line itself, right, goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that little riff there, that's taken directly from the original that Tonne 11 played. And I actually do think he played it up here as well. Listening to the track, I think he played the E flat there and goes up here for that little fill there. I could be wrong. I'll have a listen to the track, guys, and see what you think. Let me know in the comments. I'm convinced he shifts because it seems like a bit of a thicker tone. Now, Tony on that track was playing a Music Man Sabre bass with a plectrum, and he had a octave pedal on and a ton of compression as well. So that's how he's getting that sound. I haven't got a compressor on today, but I have got an octave pedal on, which is giving me that super stanky vibe, right? Now, the track itself is in E flat. in the E flat tonality, okay? Now, the cool thing is that the intro it's in E flat, but it's actually more like a minor kind of vibe. And the reason why is because that is an R, by the way, like that. The reason why is because the horn section are playing a minor scale. I'm going to show you that right now so you can check it out. So that horn line there is a minor, E minor. Check it out. Into the main track. Super cool, right? Now when it goes into the main track, it actually switched to more of a Mixolydian dominant style sound, and we'll get into that in 1 second. I just want to talk a little bit more about that intro because it's got that, you know, the horn line, it's got that vibe there. Now the bass just goes from an E flat, then to a B, and then to a B flat, and then settles on an A flat, which is like the 4 chord. It's like 4 to 1. And let's listen to that. And the A flat as well is an A flat 9 because we've got we've got the horn line playing that 9 in the top there. Check it out. So we've got A flat, that 9 in the top, into the track. Into the groove. A cool thing to listen out for is the guitar line. It's like mostly single line stuff going between the D flat and the E flat, which is given that, remember we're in the E flat tonality, it's adding that dominant 7 flavor into the whole vibe, right? Check it out. Here we go. Be going between that D flat and the E flat. Not cool. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm playing piano, I'm playing a single line on a guitar, but it's a really popular technique to add in a tonality or a vibe to that tonality without playing any chords, right? So we've gone into the main section of the song, and we've got this. Now when we're doing this, all of that is really based off an E flat Mixolydian scale, okay? E flat Mixolydian. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So E flat Mixolydian. That sounds very posh, doesn't it? Okay, E flat Mixolydian. And all of that is the scale that you would use over an E flat dominant chord, right? Now it's really important that you don't think that this is in the key of A flat. I know a lot of you will be thinking, okay, so it's an E flat 7 vibe, that means it's in the key of E flat. It's not, I mean A flat, it's in the key of E flat. We've got this E flat vibe going on, and you know, and the musicians are throwing in that flat 7 just for a bit of vibe, It doesn't mean it's in the key of E flat, right? I mean A flat, E flat, A flat. It's in the key of E flat, right? And we've got this this flat 7 going on to add a bit of spice in there. And you'll hear that it's, you know, the E flat Mixolydian. You can hear that it's using that scale as well. Listen to the vocal line, okay? You could be. Check it out. You could have a steam train. Okay, so we've moved away from this minor tonality into this major tonality. We're right in there, and the bass line itself is using an E flat Mixolydian scale. Let me show you an E flat Mixolydian scale just in case you don't know it, right? It's E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat. Now the bass line itself doesn't use all of the notes out of the scale. Just because it's based around this scale doesn't mean we need to use all the notes. It's super simple, right? It starts on the root note and it goes up. It slides up from the 2nd of the scale to the 3rd, plays the 5th and then the 6th. Okay. Now I love this line. Okay. That for me is just absolutely beautiful. And then he's sliding to the flat 7. Remember, it's an E flat Mixolydian scale. Okay. And then sliding back down to the 6. 2, 3, 4. Okay, again. Or you could play that E flat there. I just kind of like it here because it's a fatter sound. Now this bit here is so good. Again, it's from the E flat Mixolydian scale, but it's kind of hitting that minor third there and sliding down to the 2nd. So that note there is a passing tone. C, B flat, and then back to the riff, okay? And he does these these little fills all the way through the track. He doesn't ever repeat, one particular thing. It's just this is how the actual track starts off. So I really recommend listening to this track and transcribing all this stuff and getting into your own playing because it's absolutely gold. Now, when you're playing bass fills over this style of tonality, which is like an E flat 7 type of groove, or E flat Mixolydian, whichever way you want to think about it, okay? When you're doing that, you can use an E flat major pentatonic. It's going to give you a really cool vibe, okay? So over this, we can use, let me get my trusty pen, we can use an E flat major pentatonic, okay? Pentatonic, that's a C. And it's going to sound like this. That was all major. And again. Okay, so I'm kind of over-egging it obviously, but bear with me. Now the cool thing is this dual, you can use like a dual tonality. That's how I think about it anyway. So you can actually use to get a really awesome vibe and more of a bluesy vibe with your fills. You can actually use an E flat minor pentatonic as well. That's going to sound like this: E flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat. We've all heard that sound before, but what we're doing here is we're getting a minor pentatonic and using it over a dominant tonality, and it just sounds wicked. And let me just show you so you understand what I'm talking about. Here we go. Minor, ready? Major. Major. The next one I'll do will be minor. Okay, now I'm just doing. It's just all E flat minor. So you can actually use both of these, and you should practice using both of these. Take a groove like this. You could loop just this verse of the song, right? And I'm saying you could because this is what I've done in the past. You loop that part of the song and you just play that, and then when you want to play a fill, you take it from the major pentatonic. And then, when you want, you can just take it from the minor pentatonic. Okay, Okay, there's tons of stuff you can do there. Now also, I'd recommend learning a few lines as well for each of them. So like a lick, learning like a major pentatonic style lick, so you can use that, then use a minor pentatonic style lick, just so you can get into using it. And then once you can use it, then it's, you know, you can start improvising and doing all that fun stuff. But it's just really getting you into this. So guys, check this track out, check out Tony Levin's bass line on it. It's absolutely killer. It's just a really great example of just bass done fantastically. And do this. Check out the E flat major pentatonic for your fills, and then try out the E flat minor pentatonic over that same tonality, because it's going to give you a much more bluesy sound. And one other thing as well I want to just throw in there as well, you can add in a note to the minor scale, to the minor pentatonic scale. Let's say that's the top half of it, right? So E flat, G flat, A flat, and B flat. What you can do is you can add in that flat 5. Okay, so super cool. Now, if you like this lesson, obviously subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would make my day, and switch your notifications on as well, so when I upload a video like this, you get notified. If you haven't been to scottsbasslessons.com before, go check it out. It is the ultimate online bass school for bass players such as yourselves, so you can study and learn from the best bass players on the planet from the comfort of your own home, in your own book groove, like Homer. Book groove? Remember that Simpsons episode? You gotta check it out. Homer's book groove. Anyway, guys, slight tangent. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the shed.